I was thinking about this the other night. I was like, Megan and Jay, y'all are probably the only two people that get to know the adult version of me. Like everybody from back home only knows like the child version. So I feel like that's like where the mom part comes in, because it's like you still have to parent adults. Well, parent people or children or kids or humans in their 20s.
Yeah.
Because it's like a new world. So I feel like that's where the mom part comes in. Then the sister part comes in, because it's like we're only 10 years apart. So, and because her kids are like, or your kids are like my brother. So it's like, I don't know. It's just a mix. You have the life of an adult. Like you done paid bills. You done been married. You have the kids. I haven't had that experience. So it's kind of a fine line. But yeah, I don't like to say that I'm a nanny, but that's the technical term for it. But
yeah, well, I feel like because I think it started off that way when I needed, I needed help, and you were so willing to be like, and we had talked about that, but even before I moved to Atlanta, you were like, if you ever need help with the kids,
I
like
definitely said that.
you wanted to watch the kids so bad, and so you were like, well, if you ever need help. So then when there was a need, you were the first person that the Lord placed on my heart and just in my mind. I was like, yo, Jordan, like she, And so you were the first person I asked, and you started off as a nanny. But it's like I wouldn't describe you as that in our lives now, because you have become their big sister, and you have become like a daughter or younger sister to me. So it would be like reducing you to nanny would be like very disrespectful in a way, because it's like your family. Yeah. Even though nannies become part of family, like all of that. But I'm just saying, like our diet, like you don't go home after a shift and like we literally, like you live with me. We literally
like
do
your
life.
Family considers me family.
Literally,
like, it's not
my mother and my father, my stepfather,
all three of them.
First of all, my mom and my stepdad call you
granddaughter
or
sweet pea.
And so that's your name. And my dad says princess. Where's where does he say?
He calls me Nugget sometimes.
Nugget,
too.
Yeah, he always says Nugget, or and then when you get on the phone, there she is.
Or where's that rascal? Where's that? Or he looks at me more like a is it 6 or 5 of y'all? The another daughter.
Yeah, he does look at you as another
daughter. So it's
daughter,
just funny, because it's like your mom looks at me like a granddaughter, but your dad looks at me kind of like another daughter. So it's all, and then on Jamil, like we're close. Yeah. So it's definitely a family dynamic. But let's keep it a buck. Before the boys came into the picture, I've always been like your favorite. Like we've always had that relationship.
You were my favorite.
It was still that mother-daughter dynamic even when we was working with each other. So
it was.
Just
I feel like it was more of like a big sis, little sis.
Yes,
at that time,
sure.
Because I was still kind of, living kind of ratchetly in a sense. But I was like looking out for you. I would be like, all right now, Jordan. Now, like it was like that big sis
too crazy.
Thing. Yeah. But then when you started living with me, and you started like, and then my life started to change and evolve in a way. It became more of like, oh, like I'm going to help parent you in a way. And I love that you said like me and your mom are like co-parents because we really do partner together when it comes to you in a lot of ways, just birthdays, holidays, graduations, like all the things we really partner. Like I'm calling her mom, like, girl, all right now, what's the Christmas list? What we getting, what you getting, what I'm getting. Like we have that dynamic. And your mom has been, I so highly respect her because she has been so supportive of my position in your life. And I have great high respect for who she is as your mother. And so I feel like we've been able to, just do a really good job.
Yeah, it feels good. I've never had that co-parent type feel. So like Christmas, I think was probably my first time where it was like,
I know.
Because I got everything I wanted. And it was like 50-50. Megan got me 50% of the stuff I wanted. And my mom, like, it was so...
I know.
It felt so
now
good.
She doesn't like when I call her this.
It's okay. I understand. In this moment, yes, Christmas, that's true.
She was a bit spoiled. And that's okay though, because we are able to do it, and you are, you're a great you're not a kid, but you're a great kid.
My
and
mom still says that.
Yeah, you're still a great kid. And so we want to celebrate you and all the things. So before we move on to all the things that I'm proud of you about, just going back to like our dynamic, I thought about it this morning and I thought a lot about Ruth and Naomi. And I was telling you, like, I feel like if I had to describe our relationship in a biblical way or using a biblical story, it would be Ruth and Naomi. And I was telling you, like, Naomi, you know, loses her husband dies, her sons die. And, you know,
God forbid.
I know, right? But there's a death, right? That causes her to be alone and and she has these 2 daughter-in-laws, and they get to a place and she's like, look, man, like, go back to your mother's home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go back to your mother's home where life is easier for you. I can't offer you anything. And she pleads with him. And at first, both of them are like, no, we're staying with you. We're staying with you. And then she tells him again, like, go back to your mother's home. And so one of the daughter-in-laws is like, all right, man, like, I'm gonna just go back, you know. But Ruth says, like, no, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to abandon you. Your God will be my God. Your people will be my people. And I thought about 2023 and how life was just so hard and there was so much death metaphorically,
For sure.
you know, in my life and with friendship and marriage and all the things. And I think that there were times where I was like, look, man.
You've said that.
I've said that. I was like, look, like, you don't have to go on this journey with me. Like, you can do, like, I want to release you to do whatever. Like, I never wanted you to feel like you had to choose me. You know, I'm like, go do whatever
For sure.
you think is best. Like, go, you know, you can go back with your mom. You can go do whatever. Like, you don't have to embark on this like hardship with me. And you were always like,
no,
I'm here.
I'm good.
Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Even so much so that, like, when I decided to give the Lord a serious yes, you even had the heart posture of like, your God will be my God. And so just like Ruth and Naomi, like, Naomi starts to disciple Ruth and give her this like new, like, she introduces her to new culture and to a new religion even. And it was the same thing.
It's
like, I introduced
thing.
you to a whole new culture of living and into this relationship with God. So I kind of want to talk about like what that was like for you from 2023, like when I had this encounter with the Lord on the porch and you were in the house when this was happening. I'm out here. You remember.
I remember you. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm like, it's a hard time. So you pacing outside is like, yeah, that's not. She's on the phone with either her mom or at the time your therapist, because you had a therapist at that time. So it was like, it's something's going on. But like, that story, it's like so very, 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 very similar, like as far as like the death and the grief that, like, because you did go through a death, like you said, metaphorically, and just the grief. I think my mom raised me in a way, you don't leave people, like, especially like in hard times. So I know, and we had already built a relationship. So, and I'm a very loyal person. But when it came to like, it was the bait of Satan, honestly. And it was honestly the Lord. Now, looking back on it, it had to be the Lord. Well, I know it was the Lord. But I always say, being at the time I was 22. Yeah, I was 22. So it's so easy to transition from being a teenager to, if you all encounter the Lord in your early 20s, please pursue him very, 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 very seriously, because it's such an easy transition to go from being under the authority of your parents to being under the authority of the Lord.
That's
like,
good.
So for when you were on the porch and you pretty much like you had your encounter and you like got serious and you started reading the Bait of Satan, and then like, I don't know, the Bait of Satan for me, like it was like,
that was
it was a
life-changing.
hit. Yeah. Like, and I hate that it wasn't the Bible that, well, I don't hate it, but like, it wasn't the Bible that like did it for me. Like, I opened the Bible and I automatically, like, you know, the Holy Spirit just rested upon me and I just like, no, it was the Bait of Satan. That was
you said, shout out to John from here. We
so
need to read it again.
Yes.
We need to go back
all them highlights in my book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I lost mine. Well, mine got stolen. Remember?
That book was in there?
My book was the book. Yes.
I did not
had
know
to buy,
that.
Yes, I had to buy another book and I lost all my highlights.
Oh, wow. No, I did
and my
not know
iPad,
that.
because I had the book on the iPad too. And so I was highlighting on and I lost both of them. Anyway.
I don't think I knew that. Yeah, wow, that's unfortunate.
It is.
I still have
but that's
mine.
why I'm saying we need to read it again because then I can re-highlight.
Yeah. But that was the book that really like sealed the deal. So, but it also, it just happened naturally. Like, you are the authority in this house, and it's like, this ain't my house. So it's like, as long as it's nothing too crazy, like, and even in the world, like, whatever. But yeah, it's just easy to submit at a young age, because it's like, I've always had to submit. I've always had to respect authority. So the fact that was mixed with me respecting you and respecting your household, on top of, like, at the end of the day, like, we're talking about the one, the only. Of course he's gonna come in partnership, like, with you in a sense, and completely change me and renew me. So it's not this grand thing that happened, but it was just easy for me. And I think the Lord used that and transformed me.